everyone. Today I'm going to do Adult's Purpose Read Out Loud Part 9. But really quickly, before I do that, I just want to give a little shout out. Listen, you know that I am currently reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and it's 870 pages, and thus far I am at 144, so I'm not really that far, as you can tell. I got a lot to read. And I'm reading The Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, book 2 of the Red Rising trilogy. And I'm only 65 pages in of a 442 page book. And if you're wondering why I have not done any of these book reviews yet, is because, well, Golden Sun is really boring so far. I only remember a couple scenes, and Red Rising was a pain in the butt too, but not this bad. And Harry Potter is just freaking huge, man. Like, the last book I read that was huge was Beautiful Creatures, and that was like 500 something pages. So I'm trying to finish this one. I'm a little bit more closer to the end of it than I am with Golden Sun. But if I don't finish Golden Sun after I'm done reading this book and the read out loud for this book, I'm also going to do some personal studying for pagan culture. And I have a book on my desk, my messy desk, on there for me to study a little bit. And then I'm going to ask a friend of mine if she can give me some websites and other ideas for books to start reading that kind of stuff. And yeah, if I don't finish reading this book and I just got done studying that book, I'm sorry, it's probably that boring. So yeah, if you're wondering why I have not done anything yet with any of those two books, now you know why. I don't want it to take freaking 2 years to finish any of those books. But yeah, that's my reasons why. So without further ado, let's get to part 9 of Adult's Purpose. Cleansing the dishes was where the boy would put a plate of food down and never lick it. It was one of my jobs, but only when Mom wasn't watching. Mostly, though, my job was to play with the boy. I had a box with a soft pillow in it where the boy put me at night, and I came to understand that I was staying in the box until Mom and Dad came in and said goodnight, and the boy would let me up into his bed to sleep. If I got bored in the night, I would always chew on the boy. My territory was behind the house, but after a few nights, I was introduced to a whole new world, the neighborhood. Ethan would burst out in the front door in a dead run, me at his heels, and we'd find other girls and boys. They'd hug me and wrestle with me and tug toys with my mouth and throw them. "This is my dog Bailey," Ethan said, proudly holding me up. I screamed at the sound of my name. "Look, Chelsea," he said, offering me to a girl his size. "He is a golden retriever. My mother rescued him. He was dying in a car from heat exhaustion station. When he gets old enough, I'm going to take him hunting on my grandpa's farm." Chelsea cuddled me to her chest and gazed into my eyes. Her long hair was lighter than even mine, and she smelled like flowers and chocolate and another dog. "You are sweet. You are so sweet, Bailey. I love you," she's saying to me. I liked Chelsea. Whenever she saw me, she would drop to her knees and let me pull on her long blonde hair. The dog scent on her clothing came from Marshmallow, a long-haired brown and white dog who was older than I, but I still a juvenile. When Chelsea let Marshmallow out of her yard, we would wrestle for hours, and sometimes Ethan would join us, playing. When I lived in the yard, Sonera loved me, but I now realize it was a general love. aimed at all the dogs in the park. She called me Tabby, but she didn't say my name the way the boy whispered, Bailey, 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 in my ear at night. The boy loved me. We were the center of each other's attention. Living in the yard that taught me how to sleep through a gate, it had led me straight to the boy, and loving and living with the boy was my whole purpose in life. From the second we broke up until the moment we went to sleep, we were together. But then, of course, everything changed. One of my favorite things to do was to learn new tricks, as the boy called them, which consisted of him speaking to me in encouraging tones and then feeding me treats. Sit, for example, was a trick where the boy would say, Sit, Bailey, sit, and then he would climb on my rear end, forcing it to the ground, and then he would feed me a dog biscuit. Dog door was a trick where we would go out to the garage where Dad kept his car, and the boy would shove me through a plastic flap in the side door to the backyard. Then he called for me, and I pushed my nose through the flap, and he fed me a dog biscuit. My legs, I was gratified to see, kept growing with the rest of me, so that as the nights grew cooler, I was able to keep up with the boy, even at spirit. One morning, the dog door trick took on an internal different meaning. The boy was up early, barely after sunrise, and Mom was running in and out of different rooms. Take care of Bailey, Mom called at one point. I looked up from where I was giving a chew toy, a serious working over, taking note of Smokey the cat, who sat on the counter and gazed down upon me with insufferable hauntiness. I picked up the chew toy and shook it to demonstrate to Smokey what a great time he was missing out by being so snooty. Bailey, the boy called. He was carrying my bed, and triggered, I followed him out to the garage. What was this game? Door dog, the boy said to me. I sniffed his pockets, but couldn't smell any biscuits. Since the whole point of playing dog door was in my option, the dog biscuits, I decided to turn away and lift my leg on a bicycle. Bailey, I felt impatient from the boy and regarded him in puzzlement. You sleep here, okay, Bailey? You be a good dog. If you need to go to the bathroom, you go to the dog door, okay? Dog door, Bailey. Hey, you have to go to school now, okay? I love you, Bailey. The boy gave me a hug, and I looked him in the ear. Where he turned, I naturally followed, but at the door to the house, he barred me from entering. No, Bailey, you stay in the garage until I get home. Dog door, okay, Bailey? You be a good dog. He shut the door in my face. Stay? Door dog? Dog door? Good dog? How were these terms, which I heard so often, even remotely related, and which one was stay? Again? None of this made any sense to me. I sniffed around the garage, which was full of wonderful smells, but I wasn't in the mood to explore. I wanted my boy. I bolted by the door to the house remained shut, so I scratched it. Still nothing. I heard some children yelling from the front of the house and ran to the big garage doors, hoping they would lift up as they sometimes did when the boys stood in front of them. But nothing happened. A loud truck of some kind swept up the voices of the children and carried them away. A few minutes later, I heard Mom's car drive off, and then the world, which had been so full of life and fun and noises, became illogically quiet. I barked for a while, but that did nothing at all, though I did smell Smokey just as the other side of the door, smuggling, taking note of my predicament. I scratched the door, I chewed on some shoes, I ripped up my dog bed. I found a trash bag full of clothing, tore it open the way Mother had when we were scavenging for garbage, and chewed the clothes around the garbage. I peed in one corner and pooped in the other. I tipped over a metal container and ate some pieces of chicken and some spaghetti and a waffle, and lit out a can of fish that smelled like Smokey's breath. I ate some paper. I knocked over my water dish and chewed on it. There was nothing to do. After what seemed like the longest day of my life, I heard Mom's car pull in the driveway. Her car door slammed, and I heard running feet pound from the house. Bailey, the boy shouted, opening the door. I tackled him, overjoyed that we had ended this man forever, but he stood staring at the garbage. Oh, Bailey, he said, sounding sad. Full of manic energy, I burst past him and skittered around in the house, leaping over furniture. I spotted Smokey and took off in pursuit, chasing him up the stairs and barking when he dove under Mom and Dad's bed. Bailey, Mom called to me sternly. Bad dog, Bailey, the boy said crossly. I was astounded at the false accusation. Bad? I'd been accidentally locked in the garage, but was more than willing to forgive them. Why were they scowling at me like that, shaking their fingers at me? Moments later, I was back in the garage helping the boy, who picked up everything I played with and put most of it into the trash container. I knocked over. Mom came up and sorted through the clothing, taking some into the house with her. But no one praised me for discovering where the items had been hiding. Dodger, the boy said crossly, but he didn't give me any treats. I was beginning to think that Dodger was the same as Bad Dog, which was disappointing to say the least. Obviously, this had been a very upsetting day for everybody, and I was certainly willing to put the whole incident behind us. But when Dad came home, Mom and the boy talked to him, and he yelled, and I knew he was mad at me. I slunk off into the living room and ignored Smokey's snide and smutching. Dad and the boy left right after dinner. Mom sat at the table and stared at papers, even when I approached and put a wonderful wet ball in her lap. Oh, yuck, Bailey, she said. When the boy and Dad came home, the boy called me out into the garage and showed me a big wooden box. He climbed inside, so I joined him, though the space was hot and tight with the two of us in. Doghouse, Billy, this is your doghouse. I didn't see how the box related to me, but I was certainly happy to play doghouse when treats were introduced into the mix. Doghouse meant to go inside the doghouse and eat the dog biscuit. We did the doghouse trick and the dog door trick while Dad moved around the garage, placing things up on the shelves and trying to rope on the big metal container. I was overjoyed that dog door had treats and occasionally with it again. When the boy grew tired of tricks, he went inside and wrestled on the floor. Time for bed, Mom said. Oh, Mom, please, can I stay up? We both have school tomorrow, Ethan. Time for you to say goodnight to Bailey. Well, conversations like this took place in the house all the time. I rarely bothered to pay attention, but this time I lifted my head at my name. Sensing a shift in the boy's emotions. A sadness and regret walked over him and he stood and his shoulders slumped. Okay, Bailey, time for bed. I knew what bed was, but apparently we were going to take a detour along the way because the boy led me out to the garage for another rousing game of doghouse. I was perfectly fine with this, but shocked when moments later the boy sealed me back in the garage all by myself. I barked trying to make sense of it all. Was it because I chewed up all of my dog bed? I never slept in the thing anyway. It was just for show. Did they really expect me to remain outside in the garage all night? No, that couldn't be. Could it? I was so distressed I couldn't help but whimper. The thought of the boy lying in bed without me all alone made me so sad I wanted to chew toys. My cries grew loud and my heart break unrestrained. After 10 or 15 minutes of restless grief, the garage door cracked. Bailey, the boy whispered. I ran to him in relief. He eased out, carrying a blanket and a pillow. Okay, doghouse, he told me. He crept over to the doghouse and arranged the blanket on the thin pad inside. I climbed in its tent. We both had 2 feet stick out the door. I put my head on his chest, sighing while he stroked my ears. "Good dog, Bailey," he murmured. A little while later, Mom and Dad opened the door from the house and stood there, watching us. I flopped my tail, but didn't get up.